Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Everybody, welcome to Boogeyman Radio. I'm Dave.
I'm Charles.
And tonight we are talking Native American lore, legend. All month we're talking Native American lore.
Yes.
But tonight in particular, we're talking about little people.
Little people.
I was told it was appropriate to use quotations when you're talking about
little people. Sounds like a Mike Myers, like Austin Powers thing. Little people.
It did feel like that,
right?
In all honesty.
Well, that's what it was. Okay, that's exactly what it was.
As I am.
But I mean, to be fair, we wanted to do something special with Native American culture, and there's one more show I think that this month.
Yeah, I think we got one more.
Yeah, gosh, isn't it crazy? We got 1 week. Well, technically 2 weeks left of November, which is it's nuts. This month has gone by so fast.
I know.
And Thanksgiving's not this Thursday, next Thursday. We're almost 1 week out from Thanksgiving. It's just wild. Absolutely wild. And,
we're on the wrong sides.
What? We're on the wrong sides? Oh, there we go.
Are you happy? Are you happy, more?
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you. Hello to you too, Rye.
Oh, man.
Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dave's suffering a little bit, guys. He had a procedure done. He had a couple teeth taken out. So 3. Oh, a few. Sorry, my bad. I'll get it right eventually. So if he goes off on a tangent and just starts drooling out the mouth and starts being incoherent, it's just the drugs talking. It's fine.
Yeah, I got some good drugs.
Good drugs.
Hello to you too, Miss Cassie So Sassy.
Hello, Cassie. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. But how was your week aside from the surgery?
Oh man, it's been a days. I've been in a fog, really.
Same.
So like since Monday, just been working, and then having my daughter, which I had to take her to the hospital because she had a UTI.
Oof.
We had to get meds for that. And then that same day, I went and got my teeth pulled.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So,
expensive. I'm kidding. Health insurance helps a lot.
Yeah. I have dental. So.
And Cassie said, was it both sides of your face?
I had 2, like the wisdom tooth here, and then the molar in front of the wisdom tooth on this side.
It's the worst.
Those were taken out. I have a wisdom tooth down here that they can't take out because it's still attached to the bone.
Ooh, that hurts. That's a root canal, isn't it? Isn't that what they have to do?
It doesn't affect.
I don't remember what it is, but yeah, that sucks, man.
And then the tooth in front of that needs to come out, but instead of like growing down like this with the roots, they're like this.
Ooh, pinched it.
So it's got to be surgery. Like I would have to be knocked out. And then I've got a broken tooth back here from a fight a long time ago. That it's the main one that's causing me problems. So this is going to make you all wince. So I had this wisdom tooth taken out in the bottom, about like 6 years ago or so, and it took them 19 shots to numb it.
Woo!
And I warned the dentist. I was like, "Hey, you might want to have something for me because it's going to take a lot to numb my gums and everything."
Yeah, and give him a heads up. To be fair,
yeah. So initially, I'd planned on being knocked out whenever we did this, Yeah. But that over in Gravette, Arkansas, it's a whole thing where like I have to get with my medical insurance, which doesn't kick in until the 1st of next year.
Yep.
And then get with a physician, do all that shit, and then they schedule the thing. I'm like, that's gonna take forever.
Dude, trust me, I get it.
So it was hurting so bad. I made a phone call, got to go in and see them that day. They told me they had some nitrous oxide they can give me, plus the local anesthetics. I'm like, cool, let's bang this out.
Yeah.
Well, the assistant wasn't there, so I couldn't get any nitrous oxide.
Oof.
And after the first 8 shots into the gums, the dentist was like, "Oh my God, I've never seen somebody take so much. I'm like, oh, just wait. And when it was all said and done, I asked the doctor if he had a shot count. And he's like, it was far more than 19.
Oh, good.
So I'm thinking it was like in the 24 range.
I don't know how much. So that's 24. Holy cow! I think so. I had to have an anesthesiologist. They had to bring one in because I had two things going against me. One, overweight. Duh. Two, I have red hair. Apparently, redheads, something to do with redheads or that trait. Just you have to have extra for some reason. Your body's used to it or something. So I definitely was going to get knocked out. There was no way I'm going to be awake for this. Getting all 4 wisdom teeth taken out at once, by the way. So that was fun. I just remember talking and then passing out, but still talking during surgery. Anesthesiologist was like, "Yep, you just kept going." Along with
they asked me if I
wasn't aware of anything.
The lady at the desk asked me if I was a redhead. I was like, "Well, fuck."
See, that's it, Mitch, right there. Mitch said the dentist says if you drink a lot of sugary drinks, it causes your gums to withstand the needle. And what do you mostly drink? Mountain Dew.
Alcohol.
Well, and that too, yes. But yeah, so no fun adventures to the dentist always, right? That always sucks. I hate going to the dentist, but it's always a must.
Oh shit. Burn, Charles.
Nice.
Burn.
Nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty
like
good. You know what's funny is I wasn't a redhead until like I would say within the last 10 years. I was just blonde. Just
we made him one.
Pure freaking distress. No, it's sure we'll go with that. It's actually it's a very common. Well, I'd say it's a common thing in my family. My dad, his hair was blonde when he was a kid, and then it turned dark, which was the color of his mom, and then my hair was blonde, and then it turned red, which is the color of my mom's hair.
Wait,
so it's like
you guys are like vampires, like
the guy's hair turns to the mom's family style. It's weird. It's like we change over time. It's part of getting older.
Redheads are taking over. They're turning everybody into redheads like vampires.
Exactly. Cassie says, "Does the
and like vampires, you can't go out in the sun."
That's so true. I have to limit my time in the sun, or I have to lather myself and so much. Yeah, really, it sucks, man. I knew as a kid that I had the redhead traits just because mainly on my mom's side of the family we're all fair skin, and I've got Irish and Scottish on my dad's side of the family somewhere in there too. So I got a double whammy.
Does the carpet match the drapes, David? Are you sure you're not a redhead? I'm pretty sure because I shave all my pubes off.
Jesus.
Hey, by the way, speaking of that, I found the best air fresheners.
Oh God.
At Walmart.
What is that?
Scent sickles. They're for your Christmas tree.
What?
Yeah. This one is snowberry pine.
So what, you just open it up and it just...
No, they're little sticks that you hang from your Christmas tree.
Oh. Huh.
And
interesting.
See, they smell amazing. But I hung one all by itself. Not on a tree or nothing, just hung it. And it smells awesome.
In the room is what you're saying with you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hang that in my car, I'd be like, it smells like Christmas.
You know, I thought about that, but that's not a whole lot of space for those.
That's so true. You probably need this like
break it in half or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Break it in half. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But no, those things or at least that scent.
Yeah, that's such a good point. What does air fresheners have to do with shaving? Jessica asks.
She's stuck on it.
It's like, how is that even a thing?
It's not. You want to keep fresh, dear. Okay,
and keep it fresh. Keep
fresh.
It fresh and clean. But
the market.
So aside from the dentist, how was the most anticlimactic fight ever?
Dude, I tried to watch it on StreamYard, and the streams on StreamYard were all from Netflix, so I got to enjoy the horse shit. Netflix stream.
Oh, it was so bad. Well. You know what I ended up doing is I watched. So Antonio Brown was at the fight, and he streamed the big huge TV on X. He streamed it to X, so people. I think at one point I checked, and he had over 10 million views. People watching.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was smart.
Woo! Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. I mean, and Netflix wants to have NFL and other things,
Yeah,
get out of here, dude.
come on.
Get out of here.
You can't even
You
stream
need-
a boxing match.
You need to get your servers fixed big time.
I thought you were
Like,
going to
I
say
don't- Right. I don't know what they've done. Is that their first live streaming event? I think
No.
so. What was their?
I'm pretty sure they've done comedy specials and things like that.
Oh yeah, you're right. They have, but it probably wasn't as big as that. Though.
Probably not.
Because that was a big deal. But to me, it was just super anticlimactic. The fights beforehand were way better.
The two girls, I thought that was the best.
Oh yeah, so good. They deserve the $20 to $30 million for sure.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Actually taking those headbutts.
Oh my gosh, I know it was so bad, man. But I was happy to see Mike actually fight and try for the first 2 rounds. Dude was gassed by the 3rd round. I mean, it's just respect. What do you expect? The guy's in his 50s. Come on.
Was he gassed or was he paid to gas?
Exactly. There was a few times he got a couple of hits in, and I'm like,
You know, the way he trained and the video of him training versus that fight doesn't match up.
I agree. That fight doesn't match what I would expect.
No.
And people are like, "Oh yeah, what did you expect? A young dude in his prime versus a 50-something-year-old?" Like, okay. But I will say he is still fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He is still insanely fast. But girls can't fight.
Nobody's saying girls can't fight. We're just saying they can't fight men.
Yes. Speaking of that, I actually watched a video of this big dude, like fat guy, this big fat guy fighting like 2 small skinny chicks.
I saw that on.
They couldn't do anything. He was just throwing them around like it was nothing. It was crazy.
It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's just not fair. But no, I do like watching chicks MMA. I'm more of a fan of MMA. I'm not a big fan of boxing. The boxing like rules and like the things they signed up for, just wasn't a fan.
Yeah. Mike's leg was injured when they were boxing. Was it during the fight? Because I know he had an injury a while back and they had to postpone the fight because of an injury.
I do remember that as well, but I don't know if he got injured during the fight. At least if he did, I didn't notice it. They didn't really address it during the fight.
Yeah.
But you could definitely tell that he got more hits. But there was the lady fight where the chick had one of the gals, I think it was Serrano, I can't remember her name. She had way more hits compared to the other chick, but the other chick won.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I don't know.
Stupid. I just don't understand the
I
rules.
hope there's a rematch, and I hope the other chick finds a way to throw the elbows in with her punches.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if I don't think you could do elbow. Elbows.
You can't headbutt either.
In boxing? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Well,
I'm saying,
I don't know what their rules were going into that fight though.
You slide in the elbow with your punch.
Oh yeah, just a graze.
Yeah, like I was leaning in. I was just punching.
Yeah, I was following through with the punch.
Yeah, it was just they tell you to aim behind somebody's head.
I guess, dude, that'd be messed up. Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty anticlimactic.
It was.
And then the Chiefs lost, which I had no surprise. Honestly, I knew it was coming. I really wasn't salty. I wasn't upset. Like, to me, every good team needs at least one loss to really get their heads in check.
Unless you're the 72 Dolphins.
But I saw your Bears lost the way that Denver lost last week.
Hey, there's a difference though. The way the Packers did that was illegal. I didn't even see what they did. I just saw that they lined up and went over the center, the long snapper.
Ooh, yeah, you can't do that.
And they pushed each other up.
Well,
which is again against the rules. So it had the refs called it like they did against the Bears the week before. Had they called it, the Bears would have been able to move forward and then have a retry.
The refs weren't going to do it. It's the end of the game. Mm-mm. Even during the Denver Chiefs game, there were some penalties that I was just like, I'm surprised.
And the Bears are reporting the penalty and everything to the NFL, which hindsight, it doesn't give us like the win, but the refs are pointed throughout the season to figure out who's going to be the refs for the Super Bowl. So true. You guys kind of screwed yourself out of that.
Big time. But anyways, let's get into talking about some little people.
Little people.
Because we know how we like our Native American lore and myths and legends. And one that I had no idea this was even a part of Native American lore. Like, it makes sense because there is tons of different lore out there about small creatures, whether it be fairies, leprechauns, sprites, woodland creatures of some sort. So to me, it just makes sense that Native Americans would also have them too. And that also, not begs to differ, but it, to me, little boys. Anyways, that was a funny video. That was a good video. It's not the same, obviously, but look what I got here.
Derailed.
Now I can't concentrate with my train of thought. But they say when you have different kinds of stories through different cultures, there's probably some truth, or at least some, like,
I hear you,
something to it. You know what I mean? Something. Because when you look at like multiple different, like, you look at cultures across the world from each other, right? Like, how would they know what this culture thinks if they hadn't been exposed to it before?
Yeah, I mean, throughout history, people have been exposing themselves to each other.
That's fucked. Put some certain cultures on a list. Don't go around these people. They cannot go within 50 feet of a schoolyard.
The Mayans are now on the Epstein list.
Oh, dude. With all the ritual sacrifices, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, let's kill our dude to appease the gods and rip their heart out. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's barbaric. Anyways.
Exactly.
The sun told us to do it. What?
Why would you say that?
That's what needs to be done. So, like, have you seen the movie A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I watched part of it, then I just turned it off.
Oh, okay. That's one you need to get through.
Because I had something to do.
For anybody that hasn't seen it, what I recommend is Seth MacFarlane's movie A Million Ways to Die in the West. In the movie, he kind of goes off on like not a monologue, but on like he's the smartest idiot in the town. He's so smart, but he's also just kind of stupid. But he's not as stupid as the townsfolk. So it's like, that we're gonna have the doctor. We're gonna go to the doctor and peck the blood out with a bird. Like, he's gonna get a needle to scratch all of it out too. Like, just Western medicine that probably ended up killing people.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be funny to have like A Million Ways to Die in Mexico, where it's like the Aztecs and it's like, ritual sacrifice. Like,
I mean, if you want to hear a screwed up fact, is they used to, like, when they would behead somebody, they'd use a human head. This is how soccer started.
I thought it was dodgeball.
They used a human head, and they had these little, almost like basketball goalposts on the wall. Yeah, and they would kick these heads up into these goalposts. Like,
well, that's why in what is it in is it Road to El Dorado, the animated movie?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, so there's an animated movie. It might be just called El Dorado. I don't know. So El Dorado, obviously the city of gold. In that, they come across the city and they meet up with the Aztec or Mayans, whoever they are, culture, and they're playing this game where they're hitting a ball with whatever means necessary without throwing it into this loop on the side of a building. Well, the original version of that is what we were just talking about. So that animated movie for children had to dumb it down a bit.
Hey, some kids can't handle it. A little gore, violence.
Yeah, I just want something. But you have an intro for this, yes? I don't want to get off on too many tangents here. So people might. If not, I'll just.
We can use this. We can do this.
All right.
So, there are many myths and stories associated with Native American cultures, but some of the most intriguing are about the Little People, a group of legendary creatures that resemble fairies and elves from European folklore. These legends, which cover a wide range of tribes from the northern Iroquois in the northeast to the Crow Nation in the west, weave together a tapestry of indigenous beliefs and traditions that have persisted through the ages. Now, as we get into this, I think, Charles, I'm going to let you go ahead and start off
Okay.
with whatever you want to start off with.
Okay.
Wow.
So a little bit more into that. So the origins of the Little People can be traced back to the earliest days of indigenous storytelling, where myths and legends served as means of explaining the world around them. These stories often reflected the environment, the beliefs, and experiences of each individual tribe, leading to a rich tapestry of diverse interpretation. Now, I will say, for just time's sake, there are multiple different stories, different versions of Little People, obviously through different kinds of tribes.
Mm-hmm.
But we picked specific ones that we think people would really know, like Cherokee, the Sioux,
the Crow,
the Shoshone,
yeah,
stuff like that. So basically, tribes that people are more familiar with, I'm sure. But so this goes back to years and years ago. So
like 20.
Yeah. In the ancient worlds, for many indigenous tribes, Little People were considered to be spirits or guardians of the land. They were often portrayed as small but powerful beings possessing supernatural abilities and a deep connection to the natural world. These spirits were believed to reside in sacred places such as forests, mountains, caves, and were thought to be responsible for protecting those places and animals that lived there. In some traditions, the Little People were considered to be the ancestors of humans or even separate race of beings who lived in harmony with the natural world. Their presence was often viewed as a sign of good fortune, while encountering them was seen as a spiritual experience that could bring wisdom and guidance. So see how it kind of like what I was alluding to with like the sprites, the fairies, like what would the UK would consider as old folklore, mythology, and stuff like that. The Native Americans also had their version as well.
Yeah.
So it's like two opposite major groups of people, two vastly different groups of people, have some sort of mythology of the same kind of creature. Let's see here. Jessica said, I grew up in Oregon. My grandpa used to tell us about Little People who lived around Mount Shasta. I'm trying to think which tribe was up there, but yeah.
Mount Shasta, I mean, that place is just wonky anyway.
Yeah.
So let me continue on this real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So these people have different characteristics, but they're always small and elusive. These beings are often depicted as dwelling in forests, rocky crevices, or near large bodies of water, which like such as Great Lakes or something like that, which, you know, a lot of these legends that you hear about, like with Mount Shasta,
yeah,
you know, they're always depicted in these mountainous areas. Like, not all of the Little People are in mountainous areas. I'm just saying legends in general seem to be like their focal points or their origins or something are typically in these mountainous regions. Like here in the Ozarks, we've got our own like folklore.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Rocky Mountains, they have theirs, especially up in the Pacific Northeast or Northwest. The Appalachian Mountains have a ton of folklore, but in Illinois, in the plains, Illinois, Iowa, that area, like growing up, I never heard anything around in that area.
Yeah.
So who knows? Like maybe there's something about these mountainous areas. Maybe it's the cave systems. I don't know.
I mean, that would make sense because there are beings. I know I was watching a couple videos earlier today of like, and this goes into, they would give offerings to these spiritual beings because it was a part of a, not necessarily ritual, but it was a part of a special thing where if you'd leave them something special, right?
Yeah.
So,
and that's the thing with Native American lore anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Tradition is to leave an offering for whatever.
Tobacco, food, corn, what have you. That's actually what the Cherokee would do is I'm going to butcher the name, Yunwi Sunsti. I don't know. I'm horrible with Native American.
Yngwie Malmsteen?
Huh?
Yngwie Malmsteen?
I have no idea what you just said.
He's a guitar player.
Yep. Okay. So,
let me go ahead.
That was pretty good. I you got me there.
Let me continue real quick. So for instance, the Iroquois tell stories of Joga. These are little creatures that live in the places where the spiritual and material worlds converge and serve as protectors of the natural world. Up north, the Crow Nation had its own interpretations of little people, which are usually characterized as naughty spirits that love pulling practical jokes on people. Their songs are thought to attract unsuspecting passerbys, and they are said to reside in isolated wooded locations where they only appear to perform. Um, in Sioux tradition, the Kenotia are another group of little people known as little tree dwellers, believed to be messengers from the spirit world. These beings supposedly communicate with humans through dreams, emphasizing the spiritual connection believed to exist between the Sioux and the forest. American explorers Lewis and Clark, their historical findings made during their trip in the early 1800s provide one of the most compelling depictions of the small people. They brought word of a gigantic mound that is now Spirit Mound Historical Prairie, which the South Dakota Sioux tribes were extremely cautious of. The people living on the mound were known by the Sioux as Davals, and they were feared for their ability to shoot lethal arrows. These figures resembled devils and stood roughly 18 inches tall with abnormally big heads, according to Clark's notebooks. The local tribes, the Otoe and the Maha, avoided the mound because of the greater fear these monsters inspired. Similarly, the Caddo Nation of Oklahoma has its myth of the lost elves, ghostly figures residing in hollow trees and wandering the forests at night. These stories often involve themes of lost children transforming into mythical beings, reflecting deep cultural values tied to the care and protection of the young.
That is pretty neat. So Rye had asked, have you seen anything paranormal yet? Vague? Are you talking to me, him, both of us? Just curious.
I've been investigating for a long ass time.
Same.
Couple decades.
You've been investigating longer than I have, but yeah, same. I would say I've witnessed some weird things for sure. So another one that is very famous, I would say, is the Navajo tribe and I'm going to butcher the name, Chindi, I think. Again, not sure. Navajo, the Navajo tribe of American Southwest has a more complex relationship with little people who are known as the Chindi. These beings are considered to be both benevolent and malevolent, depending on their intentions and the actions of humans. The Chindi are often seen as spirits of the dead, and they can either protect the land or cause harm to those who disrespect it. The Navajo believe that it is essential to live in harmony with the Chindi and to respect their power. Which, I mean, that makes sense, but I just thought it was interesting that they have one for dead people.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Now, the Crow, which is the Crow Indians, they were, I guess, over by Montana and
northern U.S.
Right. They tell of a race of little people that live in the Pryor Mountains, a mountain range in Carbon and Bighorn counties in Montana. The Pryor Mountains are located on the Crow Indian Reservation, and the natives informed the little people created petroglyphs, that the way they worded that was not very well. I'm rereading it, and that's just how they typed it. Okay. It's from ancientpages.com. But they say that these petroglyphs were created by little people. Other Native American tribes are also convinced the Pryor Mountains are home to the little people. According to the Lewis and Clark expedition in 1804, sightings of tiny little beings have occurred along the Indian Whitestone River, which is the present Vermilion River. Lewis wrote in his journal, the river is about 30 yards wide and runs through a plain or a prairie in its whole course. In a northerly direction from the mouth of this creek in an immense plain, a high hill is situated, and appears of a conic form or conic form. By the different nations of Indians in this quarter, it is supposed to be the residence of devils. They are in the human form with remarkably large heads, which are about 18 inches high. They're very watchful, and they're 18 inches high. They're very watchful and are armed with sharp arrows with which they can kill at a great distance.
Boom.
They are said to kill persons who are so hardy as to attempt to approach the hill. Gosh. They state that tradition informs them that many Indians have suffered by these little people. Among others, 3 Omaha men fell a sacrifice to their merciless fury not many years since. That was written by Lewis. Like, that's pretty wild in his journal. So it goes on to say, it is said that the Spirit Mound is also home to little people, and some Indians fear this race of tiny beings that refuse to go near the mound. To the Crow Indians, the little people are sacred and are credited with shaping the destiny of their tribe. The Crow tribe describes the little people as small demon-like creatures who can be vicious and capable of killing animals and humans. However, the Crow tribe also says little people can sometimes be compared with sprite dwarves. When it happens, they can offer blessings or spiritual guidance to those chosen people. The little people are sacred beings, and they are connected to the Crow practice of the sun dance, an important religious ceremony of the Plains Indians of North America. Hostile or helpful in kind, visible or rarely sighted, little people always made an impression on humans and are still convinced these elusive little beings are real. So the Native Americans in that area the Crow people in that area definitely believe that they are real.
Yeah.
Which I could definitely see why. It's basically ingrained to their life.
Now, I was watching a video in preparation for all this. It was a Native American man who was talking about the Cherokee, and like the Cherokee apparently had stumbled across these little people when they were on the East Coast, and at first, I guess they were kind of warring with them, but they came to like some kind of agreement or something like that. And so, like these little people, they said that they were underground dwellers, and they only come out at night. They couldn't see during the day, but they only come out at night to harvest and to do. I guess they had like fields and stuff like that too. They would just come out to do all their work and everything like that. But when the Cherokee got driven further west, so did the little people, according to the Cherokee.
Makes sense.
And they rediscovered them in Tennessee, and then they rediscovered them in Oklahoma, and so on. So like a lot of people believe that these little people have this underground network of tunnels to travel by, but also, you think about it, if they are a nighttime creature, then, or a nighttime being, they would travel at nighttime. But how would they know where to camp out for the day, without being seen?
Well, maybe they have night vision.
Well, I'm sure
like I say, animals that we know today have some sort of night vision.
Yeah.
So, but Jess, that's actually a very good question, a very good thought, because I'm about to talk about another example that might blow your mind a little bit.
Okay.
So, because she said, "What if did you see her comment?" Okay,
yeah,
cool. Perfect. So from ancient pages as well, we're going to talk about the Puckwudgie, which are the tricksters, as what they're called, the gray-faced humanoid creature.
Something.
Right.
Wait. I had something for this.
Okay.
Say that again. Gray-faced humanoid creature. Say it.
The gray-faced humanoid creature. I love it. All right. So in Algonquin folklore, the Puckwudgie, I'm just messed up their name. Let me get it right here. Puckwudgie. The Puckwudgies are magical little forest people. They are gray-faced humanoid creatures with large ears and only a knee high or smaller. Knee how? Sorry,
Knights of Knee.
there you go. They can appear and disappear at will. That's an interesting theory, right? Like,
And
mm,
it's like ghosts,
Yeah.
ghouls.
and they can create fire using magic, steal food, and lure people to serious problems, even death. Dun, dun, dun. They are tricksters that enjoy all possible mischievous actions. And so the name Puckwudgie means little wild man of the woods that vanish. That's a bit like a lot for like two things.
Yeah.
And stories about this creature have been known across the vast areas of the northeastern United States, the Great Lake region, and the southeastern Canada. The Puckwudgies are closely related to the wooded areas of what are now the states of Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Oh gosh. Wampanoag?
Wapanugi
No, it's just
or Wapanuki.
Wampanoag. Wampanoag. I don't know. Once lived in this region of the country. Generally, according to the northeastern Native American folklore, Puckwudgies were once friendly toward humans, but the passage of time have made them changed and they've turned evil against the humans. So it would be the best to leave them alone because they are very annoying, or they're very annoyed of humans.
Well, that too.
Yeah, they are annoying themselves. Absolutely.
No,
Still,
no,
the nature, right? Right. Still, the nature of Puckwudgies varies in folklore of different tribes. In the Chippewa and other Great Lake tribes, the Puckwudgies is considered mischievous, but also basically good-natured creatures that play rather harmless tricks on people.
Fair.
Okay. In the Abenaki and northeastern Algonquin tribes, the Puckwudgies can be dangerous, but only to people who treat them badly and with disrespect. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
In the Wampanoag tribes and other tribes of southern New England, they're unpredictable and rather dangerous. It happens that their tricks make no harm and even help in critical situations, but beware the Puckwudgies because they are very cunning and do not deserve to be fully trusted.
Yeah.
It's basically like the troll under the bridge, right? Don't trust them. Don't give them your child. In stories that vary from tribe to tribe, Puckwudgies are magical, or Puckwudgies has magical abilities, which cannot be in any way controlled by humans. Okay, that makes sense. So if these creatures can have abilities that make them disappear at will, why can't Bigfoot? Just saying. The creature can shapeshift to a dangerous animal, disappear, or turn invisible, confuse people, or make them forget things. Oh, so that's what it is. It's not Alzheimer's. It's Puckwudgies.
There you go.
They can even punish people by simply just staring at them. That sucks. The physical appearance and behavior of Puckwudgies make them remotely related to the European gremlins, which that's literally that's from what people have been saying, or from what I've seen on this website. Every culture has its tales of tricksters, being so clever they often outwitted even themselves, and who were often seen as cultural heroes. Now, do we want to get into why they were disappointed with the Wampanoag people? I think so. In many stories, the Puckwudgies were enemies of the culture hero Moshop. I don't no idea what that is.
All right.
And were even responsible for his death. I don't know.
Probably he was probably a chief or a leader, or
well, no, I think it was another like folklore creature. Yeah, they did not, but maybe no, that's a good point. Maybe he was like a big hero of the tribe. Yeah, they did not like to be in the shadow of the great hero. According to the legend, they disliked the affection the Wampanoag had for Moshop. So basically, the tribe changed who they worshipped or celebrated, and they were like, screw you, like
you guys are dicks.
Yeah, we hate you. Yeah. At one time, the Puckwudgies behaved so badly that the Moshop had to step in to collect as many of them as he could and scattered them all around New England.
What was that?
What?
Like,
yeah. Okay, so you're hearing it now, finally? That's been happening for the last two shows. I don't know what it is. It's random.
That was weird.
I know. I've commented on it before, and you're like, I didn't hear it. I'm like, okay, well, never mind.
Well, definitely heard it that time.
Yeah, well, good. Glad you finally freaking heard it. Anyway,
Hey, your house is haunted.
no, it's not. It's just random tech. I'm sure it's just glitching up because of my phone or something.
Nope, no, haunted.
That's it. It's just haunted.
I'm an expert. Trust me, I'm an expert.
You're an expert of something. Anyways, so basically scattered them all around, and they tried to find their way back home. After the Puckwudgies, yeah, exactly. After the Puckwudgies, they took vengeance by kidnapping local children and killing the Wampanoag people. They tricked Mashop into a body of water, trying to kill him. One version said they killed him and his sons.
Oh,
yeah, right. Many say the Puckwudgies do not belong to the past because they are still active to this day. An Encyclopedia of American Folklore by Christopher R. Fee and Jeffrey Webb is full of myths and legends that have formed the American culture since the earliest years of the settlement. It also mentions the Puckwudgies. Rumor has it that their nasty forest tricks continue to this day in wooded areas of Massachusetts where the Wampanoag once reigned. Much of their activity centers on the notorious Bridgewater Triangle. Dun, dun, dun. We've talked about that before. Huh?
yes.
An area of the southeastern part of the state that includes the Fall River Freetown State Forest. People report seeing small gray trolls or beings lured off the trail into deep woods by glowing orbs. Huh? Yeah? Spook lights? Anyway,
I mean, we did have some Native Americans on the second video, and they did briefly mention the little people.
And then some reports of overwhelming urge to jump off the edge of 100-foot cliff in the forest called the Ledge. A series of jumps.
Wait. The forest is called the Ledge?
No, in the forest. No, it's a 100-foot cliff in the forest called the Ledge. The
cliff is called the Ledge.
Yes, the 100-foot cliff is called the Ledge.
The way it states it, for a second, it sounded like the forest was called the Ledge. So I'm like, what?
No, not the forest. That makes no freaking sense.
We're gonna call this forest the tree.
Yeah. So there's thoughts that some people would jump off this ledge, which anybody that wants to die will probably go there. But it is said that the Puckwudgies push them off.
This is for wearing socks with your sandals.
Right. So to me, I do think it's interesting that they have a serious paranormal edge to their folklore, to their myth, to their legend, that they can disappear. There's orbs. Like, there's definitely some weird stuff going on around there. You know, we're gonna have to make an adventure up there.
Do you believe in the Puckwudgie?
I don't know. That is a great question. And I mean, and also kind of go back and shift off this a little bit. Rye, if you want to go back, we do have some series of like videos where we go to other haunted locations. We've talked about our stories before with ourselves and other paranormal investigators. I don't know if you're new to our channel at all. I'm not for sure if it's anybody I know or if it's anybody you know by chance, but do a deep dive on our channel. We've got tons of content on things that we've experienced.
A vlog coming up here in the near future.
Yeah, of our road trip.
All right, so I do want to get into this a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
So a woman named Lula Owl.
Luau?
I know, right? I'm pretty sure it's a woman, Cherokee elder.
Okay.
Told us about growing. This is from an article on Mount Oglethorpe's Foundation page. Told them about growing up on the Qualla boundary of the eastern band of the Cherokee Indians in Cherokee, North Carolina. She said when she and her mother would go into the forest to gather chestnuts, berries, and greens, her mother would always caution her to watch for the little people because the mean ones might do something bad to them. Lula said, "I never seen no little people," but she minded her mother and kept a keen eye as she gathered in the forest. Fellow researcher Lamar Marshall was hiking some Cherokee trails into the forest one day using his handheld GPS. He says all of a sudden he felt like he was tripped and he went down and went into a small creek. When he got up, he searched diligently for his GPS. He never found it. He said the little people took it. Some tribes believe that in order to keep the little people happy, one should leave a gift for the little people before entering the forest. Jerry Wolf, an elder of the Eastern Band of the Cherokees, said it was important to sprinkle tobacco on the ground before entering the forest as a payment to enter. Legend says that the little people like music and especially drumming, singing, and dancing. The Cherokee legend says sometimes their drums are heard in lonely places in the mountains, but it is not safe to follow it, for they do not like to be disturbed at home.
Mm.
They will throw a spell over the stranger so that he is bewildered and loses his way. And even if he finally gets back to the settlement, he will be like one dazed forever after. The legend goes on to say that if you find something in the forest, such as a knife or a trinket, you must ask little people if you can have it. If you don't ask, they may throw stones at you on your way home. Bigfoot does that too.
Mm-hmm.
On the top of Oglethorpe Mountain is Eagles Rest Park. It has many rock structures and small places where the little people may live. Some doorways to their houses can be found, but no little people have yet been seen. The children that come to the mountain to hike the trails with their parents and grandparents enjoy searching for the mystical dwarf people. So, like, they've got kind of a theme going on with the mountain here. But one of the more curious things I've seen is the little people in the Pedro Mountain mummy.
Yep.
So oral traditions of many Native American tribes. I think I'm going to skip that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oral traditions of many Native American tribes, including the Arapaho, Sioux, Cheyenne, and Crow, tell of little people who stand about 20 inches tall. In some tribes, they are known as tiny people eaters.
Tiny people eaters.
One-eyed tiny people.
Exactly. Something like that.
In others, they were known to have been spirits and healers, and some believed them to be magical, similar to leprechauns or fairies. In any event, the legends were well known among Indians across the nation, long before the Europeans set foot upon these lands. To the Shoshone Indians of Wyoming, this small race of people was known as Nimrigar. That's Nimrigar.
You want to say that one more time?
Nimrigar.
Okay.
There we go.
Nimrigar.
That's what I'm going to call it. And their legends told of the little people attacking them with tiny bows and poisoned arrows. The Nimrigar were also known to kill their own kind with a blow to the head when they became too ill to be an active part of their society. That's a pretty interesting little detail about like a mythical creature. Like,
that's wild.
Though part of the legend, this practice of sometimes killing the infirmed was also a regular part of life for many nomadic Indian tribes. Okay. We can't carry you, so we're going to bring out your dad.
Exactly. I'm not dead.
Not yet.
You're not fooling anyone. You'll be stone dead in a moment. Go do us a favor. Sorry.
Though many believe these little people to be only the stuff of legends, several discoveries point to the contrary. The most significant of which was a 14-inch, fully formed mummy found in 1932. It's dubbed the Pedro Mountain's mummy, and he was discovered when two men dug for gold in the San Pedro Mountains, about 60 miles southwest of Casper, Wyoming. After continually working a rich vein and running only into more and more rock, Cecil Maine and Frank Carr used dynamite, of course, to blast the section of mountainside to get at the gold. After the dust settled, a cave could be seen in the rock face. The small cavern was about 15 feet long and 4 feet high and sealed off from the outside world by a thick wall of rock.
Side note, that's my nephew. So, hi, Riley. Thanks for watching the show.
All right, then.
I didn't know. You know, my brother sent me a text. That's why I had to say it. Anyways, sorry.
Okay. As the men entered the cave, they were surprised to see a small, pygmy-like man sitting cross-legged upon a ledge. The tiny mummy was only about 6.5 inches tall in its seated position and estimated at 14 inches tall in a standing position. Its skin was brown and wrinkled, its forehead low and flat, features displaying a flat nose, heavy-lidded eyes, and a very wide mouth with thin lips. The face looked like that of an old man. It was so well preserved, its fingernails could still be seen on its hands, and the top of its head was covered in a dark jelly-like substance that was still pliable. The two prospectors took their find to Casper, Wyoming, and in no time, scientists came from all over the nation to have a look at the mummy. Sure, maybe it was a hoax. Extensive tests were performed when the professionals assumed it was a pieced together taxidermy work. However, the anthropologists would soon be surprised to see that X-rays displayed a perfectly formed man-like skeleton. I'm going to show you guys this photo of
how many tabs you got open? I'm curious.
I have 3 now.
3. Okay. Kind of your audio sounded good, but your camera is skipping around a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. So this is the mummified mummy.
Whoa!
Pygmy guy. And to the right, of course, is the X-ray.
It shows like a little mummified person.
Little dude. It
looks like somebody hit him with a hammer and just went crunch.
It may have been, I don't know, maybe a woman. It looks like it had titties.
Where I don't see where you're getting that.
I don't know. I just wanted to see if you'd shake your head or not.
Yeah.
You did.
Call your ass out.
Shake your head.
Yeah, I did.
I couldn't see because hide on stream is covering your face.
Okay, that's why.
So, anyways.
Yep.
The test also showed that the mummy had been killed violently. Smack on the head. As the spine was damaged.
You're big time.
A collarbone broken, and a heavy blow had smashed in the skull.
Yeah,
there you are.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Charles did it. A soft substance at the top of the head exposed brain tissue and congealed blood. After the tests were completed, the scientists estimated that the mummy was a full-grown adult who was approximately 65 years old at the time of his death. One odd finding was that its teeth were overly pointed, having a complete set of canines. These examinations were allegedly performed by the American Museum of Natural History and certified genuine by the Anthropology Department of Harvard University. However, alternate reports also say that when the University of Wyoming examined the mummy, the body was found to be a deceased child.
Oh, wow.
The mummy was displayed in sideshows for years before it was purchased by a Casper businessman named Ivan T. Goodman. When Goodman died in 1950, the mummy passed into the hands of one Leonard Walder, a New York businessman who died in the 1980s. It has not been seen publicly since, and its whereabouts are unknown.
Wild.
Other skeletons of the little people have been found in other areas of the U.S. near Coshocton, Ohio. A burial ground was reportedly discovered that contained a numerous remains of pygmy race of people, only about 3 feet tall. In 1876, another ancient graveyard was documented as having been discovered in Coffee County, Tennessee. The reports indicated the cemetery, covering some 6 acres, that's a big one, held the remains of thousands of dwarf-like people. That's something to go explore and look up.
Definitely.
Though the little mummy hasn't been lost in history, it continues to be a scientific curiosity, and, to many, only the stuff of legends. So allegedly, the Pedro Mountain mummy brought bad luck to those who possessed it, and Native Americans continue to warn people to be aware of the tiny people eaters who are still said to live in the mountains and high places of Wyoming. And I think we've even told people, if you find something that you believe is Native American that's like in a cave or,
stay away.
Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It's not worth it.
It's definitely not worth it.
Who knows what might follow you?
It's cursed.
Yes, you say?
It's cursed. Leave it alone.
And if that weren't enough, what?
Just a soundbite. I don't came across it. It was funny.
All right.
Last Black Friday.
All right. I'm not gonna say what I thought I heard.
No, don't.
I'm just gonna play this video. This video comes from Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
For those of you that don't believe or want to believe or believe,
I'm hoping it doesn't lag like your video.
You shut up about my video.
No,
That's because I'm running multiple monitors and all that stuff.
That's what I figured. Processing power can't handle it.
No. If you want to donate to get me a new computer, links down in the description below. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here's this video that came from Canada. Canada. I did have to mute it because there's some music in the background that would, get us like.
Did you throw it up there? Because I don't see anything.
You don't see that?
Nope.
It's in the middle of the.
Do not see it.
You say nothing.
It is just Paranormal Roundtable.
Do you see it now?
Nope. Oh, there it is. There it goes. There it goes. We're good now.
Yeah, I had to play it.
Yeah, it was just wasn't there.
This guy's got a pretty awesome car there. It looks like either a Camaro or a Mustang. What you're gonna see is like hiding behind that rock that he's shining his light on. At first, I was like, "This might be digital," but the shadow kind of matched up on this thing.
See, I think I've seen this, but
it's hard to see. But you'll see it here. Anybody there?
Waiting for.
Come on, damn it!
Why does he keep? Oh, I know why he keeps.
Because they come out at night.
Yeah. Blah, there it is. Blah. The shadow does match up. I don't think that's fake. If it is fake, it's like a child or something, or a little person.
Or a little person. You're absolutely correct.
Hey.
I think they do a little replay on here, like up close. There he was again.
I'm gonna bite your ankles.
Turn the light off again.
Peekaboo.
Now do it.
Probably run off.
Fooled me once, fooled me twice. Oh, there it was. Did you see it there for a second?
Yeah, there was a video. There's another video out there on the interwebs that shows it zoomed in and at half speed,
Enhanced.
and honestly, it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So what was it? I couldn't tell you. It could be like an animal that had mange, maybe.
Oh yeah, good point.
Raccoon, but I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Yep. We don't know. We just know there's something weird going on.
So do you believe in the little people of the forest? Let us know down in the comment section, not just in chat, but down in the comments area.
Yes.
Blame Canada.
Yes, for all those watching later, not during the live, let us know in the comment. Please leave a comment.
No, even those that are watching live, leave a comment, not on the chat, in the comment section. It helps our.
Is there a difference?
Yes.
I don't know of a difference.
There is a difference.
Because I think because I'm pretty sure when you're doing a live video and it's streaming, it is only the chat. Pretty sure.
I don't know. There should be a comment section down there.
I don't think so.
They can go back if not.
That's what I'm saying. They have
you
to.
guys go back. Go back. Just do it.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, there's only live chat.
Cassie don't believe in the little people.
Cassie don't believe in the little people?
Only the big ones.
Only the big people.
Gives me more research material for gray things.
There you go. Absolutely. Just type in gray little beings, legend, mythology, research, whatever, and then see if you could find something that might link up.
Are aliens owls?
Aliens. What? Are aliens out? That's a good point. Or are owls aliens?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why
No.
not? Why?
Doesn't fit my narrative.
There's no other birds that are like owls.
It doesn't fit my narrative. The way I said it was cooler.
Your truth is not true.
The way I said it was cooler. Okay.
I don't know. I think owls.
Everything that I said that was
Aliens
cool,
better.
you wrecked.
I'm just saying, there are people out there that worship an owl being. So, who's to say that that's not the alien?
What,
Is owl?
Charles? Think because you have two balls, you're better than everybody else?
Yes.
Oh.
And how do you know I have two? I could have more or less. Ha! How
'Cause
would you know?
Just because you have both of your balls doesn't mean you're better than me.
At least I giggle when I run. That's how you know.
Whoa, that's
how you
that's
know.
a very important point. We did not hear any reports of laughing, or
Giggling. That's
in the
so
woods.
true. Well, no, that's. I mean, maybe with the Native Americans, like the Puckwudgies, they could have snickered as they like, you know what I mean? Like they could have.
I don't know why. As soon as you did that, I was imagining like a little one running off into the woods.
Just having to take like 60 steps just to go like 20 feet.
Making the
Yeah,
cartoon sound.
I'm dying on the inside.
I saw a drone today that turned into a bald eagle.
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse me.
Was that a skinwalker or?
This is an AI skinwalker.
That's what it was. Okay, that makes sense because I know AI can do some wild stuff.
Yeah.
In some insane AI videos. It's like, you want to see what my dreams look like? That. Just like instantly morphs. Like, what? But we hope you guys enjoyed this topic as we have. There are several other examples of little people all throughout Native American lore. And I mean, not just Native American, all sorts of cultures across the world.
And I think, I know we've covered the subject before. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I think next week we're going to dive back into skinwalkers.
Dun, dun, dun. We should do, skinwalkers or wendigos.
Is there really much of a difference?
Yes.
Is there?
Yes. When you get into the lore of wendigos and skinwalkers.
Find out next week, right here on Boogeyman Radio.
Platte City, full of crazy sky concepts or conspiracies concepts. I don't know where I read that, but okay. I know, right? I'm gonna have to do more research into that, Cassie, because I'm not familiar. And Platte City is not too far.
Yeah.
Is there any like military presence up there or bases? Like anything military? Maybe some silos? Because aliens like to hover around military installations, or at least close by.
Yes.
Just curious.
Yes.
You can message me or not. It's fine.
Whiz.
Yeah. But for those that are catching the show later, thank you for watching. We
Yes.
greatly appreciate your support and your ears. And thank you for putting up with us for all these years.
Yes.
With Dave and his scented Christmas tree.
Don't
sticks.
you besmirch my centicles.
Centicles.
That's what they're called. Centicles.
Okay.
Hey, Snowberry Pine. I'm going to champion this all day. Snowberry Pine.
More like Snowberry Fine. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Oh, wait. What?
Speaking of drugs, I got to go take some meds.
Everybody, have a great night.
Oh.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. We'll see you.
See you next week. Bye.